But I've been out of the saddle for a little while now, which has been
Yeah.
nice.
Did you leave the band in 2023 or 24?
2023,
Okay.
very suddenly, very unexpected.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that. Was that like just you had enough, or like what kind of happened there?
no, it was I had a phone call with my mother one day on tour, and she was hanging out with my daughter that day, in particular. Um, and I'm gonna try to get through this quick so I don't get all choky. But
All good.
my daughter, it was becoming too hard, and she made it very clear to my mom about it. And my mom called me and told me, and it was literally it was the hardest and easiest decision I've ever had to make.
That
All
makes
that I had to
sense.
make in a very long time. And it was instant also. It was like the bubbles went off and everything clicked pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was just too hard for her for me to be gone
How old
so
was she
much.
at the time?
That time she was 7.
7. Okay. And
So
were
yeah.
you kind of like leaning that way already at all, or just all of a sudden hit you like,
I mean,
were you not ready to be done? I guess is the question. And then that kind of was like, okay, I need to.
in a way I was ready to be done. The touring was just like, you know, it was nice. Everything about it was good. It was, the shows are always good. The money was good. Nothing seemed to be slowing down. Everything was just going faster and faster. Excuse me. But just the being away from home part and just, sleeping in a van still,
Yeah.
um, you know, almost 40-year-old bodies aren't meant to be sleeping against or along van bench sheets for more than half their life. So,
Right. And in
my
order to
body,
keep that money good at that level, like you can't spend the extra on the bus and all that.
no, unfortunately, no. Yeah, you get home with some pennies as opposed to a nice paycheck.
Yeah.
So we definitely, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they still choose, you know, I mean, I had no problem with it necessarily choosing the paycheck over the comfort,
Mm.
but that was, let's start away. It wasn't the most fun or most
Yeah,
good on the best on your body. That's for sure.
for sure. Especially like playing shows every night. And then like even being in our 20s, I remember hitting my mid 20s and going, okay, this is starting to become too much. And then you guys have been going this entire time since we broke up. So I can only imagine. And like you said, like you guys were like a freight train. You just never stopped.
No. I think the only thing that really ever slowed us down was COVID, just
Yeah.
like every other band. But I mean, the first tour we did once we came back, it was the that Wormwood. There was the 2 nights in every city, Wormwood one night, and then It Comes in Waves in the other. And that was, man, being home from tour for almost 2 years and then being gone for, it was like almost 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was fun, and thankfully it was like the two nights in each city, so like we were able to like rest a lot more.
Hmm.
But holy shit, man, to be gone that long. And during COVID, during most of that time too, um, my daughter and I were together a lot of that downtime.
Hmm.
So me being there so constantly for all that time, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, see ya for,
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
got to be a shock for
weeks.
her.
Yeah. So it was like before that, she was like, oh, he's just on tour. Like to her, she's like, oh, he's just down the street, basically somewhere. Like he's just playing his drums with his friends somewhere, but for a really long time.
Yeah.
Not really grasping like how, the distance and everything.